everyone? How is everyone doing on this marvelous day? I hope you're doing well. So today I wanted to come at you guys with another cosmetology school story time, because not for nothing, this was actually around the time that I was graduating cosmetology school, and I'm honestly triggered by this story. Please don't mind the background. Like I said, I'm in the middle of moving. Everything is looking crazy, so just bear with me, okay? Anyway, I wanted to talk about this because, like I said, I was kind of triggered. This came up on my photos and stuff from this time, and I did want to make a video about it because this is not okay. And I'm telling you, oh my god, my issue with my cosmetology school experience is that I feel like I didn't get the best out of it. I didn't get a very good experience, being that I was in the institute that I was in. Like I always mention, there was plenty of microaggressions. There was plenty of things. Like, I was not exposed to this kind of environment. Like I've mentioned in numerous ones of my videos, where I came from, it was very diverse. I went to a very diverse school. I was amongst a lot of people in a bunch of different cultures. So it was a very big culture shock from me, coming from a very diverse place to the typical South that everyone talks about. And I literally was just up the street. It was crazy to me. So this really speaks volumes to me, because especially now that time has passed and I really think about it, and I'm actually a lot more in tune with social justice issues and things like that, it really bothers me, and so I'm just gonna talk about it. Another reason why I just did not enjoy cosmetology school. This was back when we were about to graduate. So when you're in your final phase of cosmetology school, well, when I was there, you had to do what's called a model day. And so basically it was their bootleg idea of doing a photo shoot to showcase, it was basically to give you a head start, like a portfolio. So you would have pictures, so when you would apply to salons, they would help you get some pictures and reference what you got going on. I will say that about the Aveda Institute, they really do try to get you in with different salons in the area, and they do try to get you into certain places they basically try to set you up so that way you're ready to interview and ready to go into salons. The only thing that I had an issue with is that it was only certain salons that they would do that with, and you had to act and be a certain kind of way, if you get what I'm saying. Whatever, we had a model day, and so we had to prepare for it. It was a big deal. You had to have your whole concept approved. You had to get this whole thing going on. It was this big, crazy, big deal. Everybody, it was one of those things where it was your senior trip. This is what everybody's waiting for. This is the big deal. So I went ahead and I was looking at different ideas that I wanted to do, and I just couldn't figure out the concepts. I'm honestly not that creative of a person. I don't have Kanye energy where I can just look at a blank wall and be I'm gonna do this, this, and this. So the model day, when it was you have full creative control, it was just I don't know what I want to do. However, I knew I wanted to do something to showcase my talent. So the first thing that I was thinking about doing was either a barbering style. I wanted to do a guy, so that way I could show off that, but that fell through. And so I was you know what, I want to do something with somebody with textured hair. I want that to be a thing. So I put on my Instagram, I was hey, does anybody want to be my model? This girl ended up hitting me up, and she was yeah, I will be your model. So this is a dark-skinned black girl telling me that she's going to be my model. So I was all right, cool. This is going to be crazy. We went over some ideas. She wanted a copper orange, she wanted a copper orange balayage. So she wanted to leave her hair natural, the color, and she wanted a burnt orange copper balayage in her hair. I was this is perfect, because this is going to showcase how well I could take one person's hair and then recreate it and make it something really nice. I was hyped. I was so excited. So the stipulations with the model day was that you only were allowed to use Aveda products. So you were only allowed to use Aveda hair care, color, and Aveda makeup. Do we see where this is going? Just wait. So it was like a week that you were able to prepare for this. So you had to like get your whole concept going. You had to get it looked at. Everything was good to go. And then you had the prep days. So we had 2 days to prep for our clients, all right? So obviously, I was going to do my client's hair in the salon. Duh. We're gonna call my model, we're gonna call her Naomi. So Naomi comes in, I sit her down, and we're just going over like the swatches and everything that she wants to do and things like that. So as we're doing like the consultation, because we already had like a pre-consultation, but I was actually showing her like the actual swatches and what she could choose from. And then I was going over her hair and I was like, okay, have you like, how do you want it? Blah, 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 like whatever, right? So we're in the middle of a consultation. And as soon as she picks the swatches that she likes, I'm going to the color station so I can go ahead and get, you know, everything together. So as I'm going to the color station, one of the instructors comes up to me and she was like, oh, what are we doing to your model? And I was like, oh, I'm going to be doing like a balayage, like a burnt orange balayage, da-da-da. You know, I gave her like the whole rundown. Stupid me, because I shouldn't even be entertaining this instructor. But I was like, oh yeah, we're going to do this really cute burnt orange balayage. It's going to be real nice. Like I had a few pictures. We've been talking about it for a while now, whatever. And her first response to me was, you know, we only have until 5:30, right? And I'm just like, duh, I know what time I have to get out of here. Like, I was like, yeah, I know. And she was like, oh, I'm just, you know, reminding you that, you know, we're not going to stay late behind for, you know, a model day. So you have to be done before 5:30. And y'all know what she's insinuating. You guys know exactly what she's insinuating. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. First of all, she's not even my instructor. So that was another thing that I could not stand about this freaking school. Like, oh, you're not my dad. So whatever. I just brushed it off and I'm just like, okay, like, bye. I do not care. I don't care. Doing the, like, I'm in the middle of doing her, like, sectioning and stuff like that, and I'm getting her hair ready. I'm taking before and after pictures. And for some reason, I'm starting to draw in, like, a crowd. Like, everybody's looking at me like, wow, she has so much hair. Oh, my God. What are you doing? Like, they're coming up to me, asking me all these questions about what I'm doing. Well, and that, like, I'll just be like, okay, whatever. People were curious. You know, I'll chop it up as everybody was curious. Neither here nor there. I'm, you know, talking to her. We're chit-chatting. We're having a good time. All I'm doing is balayaging. Like, it was not anything crazy. I'm not doing this out of this world. I don't have 10 bottles of color in my station. I'm literally just bleaching her hair. As soon as we get done bleaching it, I was going to tone it that burnt orange color. Like, it was not a crazy process. Every single hour that I was working on this girl's hair, because mind you, we had from like 12 to do, we had to do it when we came back from lunch. So we had ample amount of times. Like, I didn't have any other clients or anything. I was just working on my model. Every hour, somebody was coming up to me asking me like, how much do you have left? Like, how much do you have? Like, what are we doing? How much? Oh, okay. And so you're going to be done by like 5:30? Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, just checking in on you. Just checking in. Do you need any help? Do you need any help? And I'm like, no, I don't need any help. Like, and then the girl that I had, like my model, Naomi, like me and her are picking up on everything that's happening and we're talking about it. And she's like, what is this people's problem? And I'm like, welcome to Aveda. Welcome. Welcome. So I'm sitting here doing her hair, whatever. So I'm checking out the foils. And so the bottoms were processed, you know, the color that I needed to be. So I'm going in and I'm slowly taking the bleach out. I'm, you know, spraying it down with water so that particular section will stop processing while the front catches up. Cool. Nothing, you know, wild. So I get a girl coming up to me, mind you, a girl that's not even in my class. I don't know like that. Just this random girl. I have her come up to me and she was like, hey, so-and-so, one of the instructors, sent me over here to come help you. And I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't need any help. Like, my stuff is pretty much done. I'm just coming through or whatever, you know. And I told y'all, I mentioned this in my last story time where I did, you know, Jasmine wrong. I don't like other people interfering. Like, this is not a shampoo, this is not nothing. Like, this is a part of the service that they want me to provide. They don't want you to provide it. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna. And then, like, that's another thing too. Like, this is a Black girl. She doesn't know if you know how to do her hair. I don't even know if you know how to do her hair. So I don't want her thinking that I'm just letting you experiment in her hair. Like, no. And I was very firm on that. Like, get away from me. Like, that's literally like how I felt the entire time. I just felt like I was under a microscope and that these people were just like watching me, waiting for me to do something so they could say something. We'll get to that. I'm just like, no, I'm okay. Like, thank you so much for your offer, but no, I'm good. And she was like, okay. The girl, I didn't really have a problem with the girl because she just did what she was told. And so I was just like, no, I'm okay. Thank you so much for your help, but like, I'm good. I got it. So I guess she like went to the break room, or she did whatever it is that she had to do. And the instructor asked her why she wasn't helping me. And she said, because I denied her services or her offer. So the instructor comes up to me as I'm like throwing everything away and I'm cleaning up the station, because all I had left at this point in time, the only thing that I had left to do was shampoo her, put the toner, and then I just had to blow dry and do her hair, which a blow dry is nothing for a boss. Anyway, I'm throwing everything away. I'm cleaning up my station. Everything's good to go. Cool. As I'm cleaning everything and I'm throwing stuff away, the instructor comes up to me again and she was like, hey, why did you tell so-and-so that you didn't want her help? And I was like, because I didn't need it. Isn't that crazy? So I was like, because I didn't need it. And she was like, well, you know, I was just, you know, I sent her over there because I'm just trying to make sure that like you get done on time, because this is something that it looks like it's taking you a long time to do. No, it's not. It's literally not. Mind you, I had already applied the color. It was processing and I was already taking out half of the back. There were 3 other people, and I remember the people, like I could name them. 3 other people that were still working on other clients, like not clients, other models. Like, they were still applying color. They were still in the middle of the process. So why are you coming up to me? Please let me know. Why? Okay? So mind you, this is the only Black model. I didn't even say that. Yeah, she's the only Black model. I'm just talking to her like I disregarded her. Like, I did not care. I just brushed her off. So I'm at the shampoo bowl. We're rinsing her color out. I'm mixing up her toner and I'm getting her ready. We're just putting the toner on, letting it sit, and we get back to the station. Now, mind you, her curl pattern, like, she had really curly hair, but her curl pattern was very soft. So it didn't take much for me to blow dry it. And then what was going to take the most amount of time was the straightening. But I don't even take that long to do that anyway. So I get her to the shampoo bowl and I just start detangling her hair, which it was already detangled because we did a conditioner on her. So I'm like, I'm a well-oiled machine. I am good to go. I'm getting everything together. So I'm halfway in the middle of blow drying her hair, where the director of the institute comes up to me and he's like, how much longer is it going to take for you to do her hair? And I was like, oh, like, not that long. I'm almost done. I'm halfway through the blow dry, so I'm almost done. All I have to do is flat iron and she'll be done. And he was like, okay, because, like, you know, I know that so-and-so, the instructor, let you know that you can't be past 5:30 here. First of all, this was during a school day. The last client to leave is when the school closes. Like, don't play with me. Like, don't do this with me. The clients, right? When we had a client, I had to stay after one time till 8 p.m. So you're not going to sit here and tell me that I have to hurry up to do this girl's hair because we have to be out of here by 5:30. If somebody is still working, which there were multiple people that were still working on their models and other people working on clients, if they're still here, what is it to you that I'm still here with my model? And I was like, it's not going to take me that long. And I'm very well aware of when I have to leave, because me and this director, we've had our own separate spats. He was like okay for the most part, but we did have our little run-ins, but that's a different story. So whatever, I tell him that, and mind you, at this point, I'm getting irritated. Like, I do have an attitude because I'm sick and tired of everybody micromanaging me and my model when you guys are clearly not doing that. And anytime they were going to other people, like other students, it was like, oh my God, that sounds so fun. Oh, I love that concept. I love that idea. And then when you come up to me, it's how long are you gonna be? You know, we gotta be out of here by 5:30, like da 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 da. So I'm getting annoyed, I'm getting irritated, I'm literally communicating with my model. I'm like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, people don't understand what I deal with in this place. Like, people don't get it. And she was like, yeah, that's annoying, blah, blah, blah. So we're just really just talking shit. The whole time I was doing her hair, that's what we were talking about. So, all right, cool. I finished her hair like I knew I was going to, and she was ready because the next day was the photo shoot. So my concept for this, I just wanted to be extra. I just wanted to be, you know, the most. And so that's exactly what I did. I told her to wear her prom dress. I told her to bring her prom dress, and I was gonna bring this fur coat. It was a fake fur coat that my grandma had. And we'll get to that. So I had this big old fake fur coat, and I had brought it in because I wanted her to wear it. It was like, I don't even know where my concept was going. I just wanted it to be extra and over the top. So I wanted her to wear the fur coat like halfway. I'm gonna put in the pictures, but I wanted her to wear the fur coat halfway, and I was gonna curl her hair. I don't know if it's old Hollywood. I don't want to say that it's old Hollywood, but it was Samantha's version of, I don't know. It was cute. I liked it. I loved the concept. Okay, like, I don't care. And my model looked good. Let's just go ahead and talk about the freaking fur coat. So I bring in this huge fur coat, okay? My grandma was an icon, and she had multiple of them, and they were fake. They were not real fur. And first of all, whatever. Like, okay, feel how you feel about fur coats or whatever. I don't really care because I don't own an actual fur coat. It's fake, like, whatever. So I come in with this coat, and everybody like stops and stares at me, and it's just like, okay, I'm thinking it's because, you know, I have this elaborate coat and this elaborate idea that I have in my mind. So I go ahead and I'm walking through the hallway with it, and everybody's looking at me. And, you know, Aveda is like all about natural, the earth, the environment, things like that is what it is. So tell me why one of the girls from the front desk told me, she was like, hey, you know, they're talking about your coat. And I was like, what about it? And they're like, oh, well, they don't think that you're going to be able to put it in the photo because, you know, that goes against Aveda. And I was like, it's fake. And they were like, I don't know. Well, because the front girls, like the front desk girls, they were cool with me. And so they would tell me what people were saying. So she was like, yeah, well, I don't know. That's what I heard. Like, that's what they were talking about, whatever. So one of my instructors, she comes up to me and she was like, I have to ask you a very important question. So dramatic. She comes up to me. She's like, I have to ask you a very important question. And I was like, what's up? She was like, is that real? And I was like, what, the fur coat? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, no, it's not real. She was like, oh, okay. I just needed to verify because, you know, if it was real, we were going to have to send you home with it. You were going to send me home because of a fur coat that I'm not even wearing? I could have just put it in my car. But those were the words that she said. If it was real, she was going to have to send me home. What? So I was already in a very bad mood before my model even got there, I was already in a very bad mood because y'all played me the day before and y'all are playing me right now. But whatever. All right, cool. So I told my model, I was like, I have to do your eyeshadow and stuff with Aveda makeup. So bring your own like foundation and stuff. Like bring it, because they obviously don't have the shade range. We'll get to that. So I was like, just bring your own makeup, and then whatever you're able to use, like I'll tell you what to use, and then I have to do your makeup with like Aveda stuff. So, all right, she comes in, I start styling her hair because we did some curls. Her hair was straight from the day before, and I was doing curls on her so she would look so cute. So I'm doing her curls and whatnot. So, you know, cool, everybody's in the zone. I'm trying to pick out the makeup now because I wanted to see what kind of concept I was gonna go for as far as like her face. I'm not a makeup artist. That was another thing that pissed me off. I don't even know why they expect me to do people's makeup. I didn't go to school to do people's makeup. That's not what I'm here for. I don't do people's makeup. I'm not good at it, okay? So I was already upset. I'm like having to do somebody's makeup. So after I did her eyeshadow, I was like, okay, go to the bathroom, do your foundation, do your contour, and then come back and then I'll finish it. Right? So that's exactly what my model went to go do. She goes to the bathroom. I gave her a name and I'm not even using it. So if I say Naomi and I say my model, they're interchangeable. So she goes to the bathroom. I'm cleaning up my station. I'm getting everything ready. So that way when she comes back, she has her gown ready to go. And then I'm going to put the fur coat. We were going to go upstairs, do the whole photo shoot. So she's in the bathroom. I'm getting my station together. The same instructor about the important verification to make sure my fur coat isn't real. She comes up to me, like running towards me. She was like, Samantha, why is your model in the bathroom doing her own makeup? The makeup that she's using is not Aveda makeup. And the whole thing about the model day is that it has to be Aveda products. And I was like, she's dark. There's no foundation that fits her skin tone. There's no contour that fits her skin tone. So yes, I told her to use her foundation and her contour products so that way her face would match. And so she was like, yeah, but your model's in the bathroom doing her eyebrows. She's not doing her foundation. Because her eyebrows need to blend with the... Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Like, and so I was like, yes, because she needs to blend her eyebrow products. We don't have eyebrow products for her. She needs to conceal the eyebrow. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Basically, because this company does not cater to darker skin tones, yes, she has to do her entire base for her face as far as her foundation, her contour, her eyebrows, and her concealer. So what do you, please, because we had to use this nasty rack that everybody was sharing the makeup on. We have to use this big old rack. And so I told her, I was like, on there, like, please show me what I could use on her face that would match her skin tone. And she was like, I mean, I understand about like the foundation and, you know, all of that, but she was doing her eyebrows. And I was like, yeah, she has to do her eyebrows. After she's done, I'll let her know, like, none of the rest of the face makeup, like her eyeshadow, her blush, none of that is done without being Aveda. So it's fine. And so she just rolls her eyes and she like walks away. So then I tell my instructor, my personal instructor, I was like, hey, I just got reprimanded because they're upset that my model's in the bathroom doing her makeup when there's no shades that match her skin tone. So I better not be getting in trouble for this. Like, I'm not dealing with it. And like my instructor, she was cool. She was like, I'm so sorry about that. Like, no, let your model do her own thing. Like, and if there's something that's going on because it's not matching to her skin tone and it doesn't cater to her skin tone, like, she can do her own thing. Like, you guys can do your own thing. And if anybody gives you problems with it, just let me know. So I was like, all right, cool. So I go to my model in the bathroom. I was like, hey, are you done with your face and stuff? And she was like, yeah, tell me why this lady just like came in here and she was just staring at me the whole time. And then she asked me for my name. And I was like, what does she look like? And she was like, she explained the lady, the instructor that came running towards me. I'm like, y'all don't even try to be discreet about it. Like, it's just so blatantly obvious that you have a problem. So whatever, it's time for us to finally take the photos. So she comes out in her prom dress and I put on the fur coat and we start walking up the stairs and everybody's just staring at us like we're some fools. All right, cool. I go downstairs, we're done with taking our pictures. I sent her the pictures that I took on my phone because, you know, this was supposed to be for our portfolio. We were supposed to have these pictures sent to us because it was a professional photographer that came in to do this, please. So we were supposed to have these professional photos or whatever. Why did I never get those photos? I never received those photos. Everyone else got their pictures. Everybody else got their thing. And anytime I brought it up, it was like, oh, you're just going to have to reach out to the photographer, blah, 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 blah. They gave me the whole runaround. I never received those photos. So that was the whole model day debacle. And so this is the funny part, right? And this is what I'm talking about when I say like the whole model day was just a mess, and it was awful. Like it's crazy to me how like you're not only making me a student that paid, okay? I paid out of pocket for the school. It was not cheap. It was $21,000 to attend this institute. I paid y'all for this, and I get treated a type of way. Not only do you guys treat me a type of way, you guys make anybody that I'm associated with, i.e. my model, uncomfortable. And she was uncomfortable the whole time. And like, yeah, we're joking and we're making fun of it and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, like, we shouldn't even be dealing with this kind of issue. Like, oh my God. So model day was over, cool, whatever, never got my pictures, whatever. The next day, y'all, the next day, we have what is called like, it was basically like our morning huddle or whatever, where we would all talk about like the makeup, we would talk about new products, things like that. Another instructor who, we have another story about her because we're not going to talk about her just yet, but we're going to talk about her for right now because she was the one leading the huddle. She wants to make a little slide comment, and that's what she always used to do. She used to make these slide comments all the time. She was very passive aggressive and very about stuff. She thought she was Ariana Grande so bad, but neither here nor there. So she's like leading the huddle and she's talking about it, and she was the one that, she was like the makeup artist of the cosmetology school, and she was basically like throwing shade the whole time we were in our morning huddle the next day after the model situation. She was like, I've been hearing a lot of complaints about Aveda makeup. It's not that the makeup's bad, it's that you guys just don't know how to use it. And if you guys knew how to mix and match and do like a little bit of magic and just, you know, worked with the products a little bit more instead of just shying away from using it all together, then you guys would know how good the makeup is. And I'm just like, okay, you know, she said that. She said those words. And I'm like, she's not talking to me. But like, I used to complain about the makeup, but I was like, okay, she's not talking about me, because a lot of people complain that the makeup is shitty, like it is. So I'm like, no, she's not talking about me. So I'm like, okay, whatever, girl. You're throwing shade at everybody. So, and then she was like, and so like, that's also something that you guys should consider as well. I know model day is over, but you should consider like the shade ranges and the colors and things like that, so you don't run into problems for like future references. And so I took it upon myself, because me and this instructor, we used to go back and forth, because if you want to be shady and you want to be passive aggressive, like, let's do it then. Like, let's do it. So she said that, and I was like, oh, maybe like, since this brand claims that it's all inclusive, like maybe it should provide all inclusive shades. So instead of us having to pick and choose our models based off of the shades that we offer, you guys should just offer them. Don't do that with me. Don't do that with me. And she, you know, she got a little attitude, and I'm telling y'all, this is not the first or the last time you're going to hear about that specific instructor. We're going to do that on another day, because what she did to one of my classmates was actually insane, because it didn't just stop at like my black model. It extended to any kind of Middle Eastern, any kind of foreign person. There's another story about that for another day. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys don't have to go through what I go through. If I could take it all back, I would have just went to like my local beauty school. I honestly really regret going to the Aveda Institute, because I was just kind of like, the way that they feed it into you is like, oh, you're paying for the name. Like, the name is going to give you like opportunities and this and that and everything. And honestly, like, I feel like it hindered me a lot. I feel like I could have learned a lot more, and I could have really honed in a lot more on my craft that I didn't get to do, simply because the school that I went to just didn't cater to what I'm actually good at. So, and you know, all the people unfollowed me. all the people from my school, because I did not shy away from speaking my mind and saying how I felt, especially like at that time. I'm telling y'all, I did not care. I would talk to these people crazy because they had me so messed up, and I was deemed as like, they called me ghetto. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, they said that I was ghetto, and they tried to make it like it was a joke. It was so weird. That point in time in my life really molded me. It really molded me into the person that I am today. And that's why I'm very passionate about the things that I talk about, because I went through them and I experienced them, and I saw it with my own eyes. It happened to me, y'all. Like, anyway, so I hope this didn't come off as too much of a rant, but I did want to share this story because I was triggered. So anyway, let's be kind and not rude and racist. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.